quarterback in the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes!
Junior taking a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets up. Oh,
Down!
watch him. He's going to set up. He's going to go for the... It fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
Once referred to as Touchdown City, Morgantown, West Virginia hosts this Week 1 matchup between the Tennessee Volunteers and the West Virginia Mountaineers. Welcome inside the booth, everyone. I'm Nate Murphy, and with me tonight is CJ Furman. CJ, both teams are looking to rebound from 0-8 seasons last season. What do you see being keys for both teams?
Well, I think both teams need to, in order to succeed, they need to get out front fast, whether it be through the passing, ground game, whatever, by all means necessary.
Now, both teams definitely will be looking to start quick here in this one, and Tennessee is going to get the first shot at it. And here we go. A nice little return out across the 20 by Ben Johnson to the 26, and here comes Logan Mitchell, Lee Potter, and the rest of the Tennessee offense.
Looking good in those Stormtrooper whites there.
A little gray action from West Virginia, some all whites from Tennessee. So both teams breaking out some nice color combinations here. In Tennessee, starting it out with Lee Potter through the air, and that one's incomplete to start the ball game.
Looks like he didn't have anybody open down there. Getting happy feet already. Hope it's not the same signs as last game.
Well, West Virginia has a revamped defense, and including a defensive line, and there's R.J. Lupo knocking away the second down pass from Lee Porter. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Potter going 0 for 2 the first two passes of this season is not ideal, but hopefully he bounces back.
Now 3rd down, he goes underneath. It's complete to Richie James out of the backfield. Good for 9. Needed 10, so the Mountaineer defense is going to force a 3 and out to start this drive or start this ball game for Tennessee.
That little bit that little underneath route there didn't go for as much as they wanted to.
So now Tennessee going to punt this one away, and it's going to be fielded by A.D. Powers. He's out across the 40 to the 41, give him 11, and now we're going to see this West Virginia offense led by Kevin Barnes. So here we go, 1st and 10, 3 receivers set. They're going to go to Jerry Philbin, first play up the middle. He's got 10, he's got 13, and a Mountaineer first down to start things off.
It's a pretty downfield running back you got there. Good gain.
And nice gain on first down, and now they're going to go to the air. And this one, Kevin Barnes couldn't get it to his open receiver, just kind of sailed on him that time.
Yeah, looked like the Tennessee defense had pretty much everyone covered.
So 2nd down and 10, back to the ground game, right up the middle again. Jerry Philbin, 2 carries, and he's found something. He's got 20 yards. It'll be 3rd and 3.
It was a nice little carry by Philbin right up the middle. If he keeps gashing our defense like that, it's going to be a long night for us.
A little interesting dynamic here in the booth, but on this 3rd down carry, Philbin dropped in the backfield. Chase Mack, a big play, and that's going to force a Mountaineer punt.
It was a good stop by Chase Mack there. Looking to get this season started off good.
And it's a good stop for that Tennessee defense. Early on, the Mountaineer rushing attack had made a couple of nice plays. This one going to be punted, bouncing at the 1 through the back of the end zone. So both defenses doing what they have to do on the first drive. How does Tennessee's offense, CJ, get things going here?
He just needs to get into a steady rhythm. You got to hold our keep those clocks for more than a second.
Well, here's Potter looking to throw again. He's going to dump it down underneath. Another open receiver. This time it's Johnny Patterson, another 9-yard gain. So the underneath route here has been where Potter has been able to find a little bit of success.
And that's Johnny Patterson's first catch of his career, freshman. He had the game-winning touchdown grab in the North-South newcomers game in overtime.
And plenty of new faces on both these teams. We'll see what freshmen can make some big plays tonight. And now it's Potter looking to get away. gets to the outside, shaken off of a tackle. He's out across midfield to the 45, down near the 40-yard line of West Virginia. Lee Potter scrambles for 31.
I mean, he did. He had a good eyes downfield. Didn't see anything he liked. Just decided to take off running. It worked out for him. 31 yards rushing there.
So the biggest play of the night goes to the Tennessee quarterback, at least to this point. 1st and 10 from the Mountaineer 40, 2-by-2 set for the Tennessee offense. Potter looking like he's going to change something up, a little play fake. He's going to take off again. He's got a little bit more room, and he slides down under the tackle of Panda, a gain of 6.
Didn't see anything he liked, took off running, got a gain of 6.
And setting things up right where you want to be if you're an offense. A short 2nd down, a couple plays that convert on this. Another play fake, going across the middle again, complete. It's the Michael Murray, give him 13, and Tennessee on this drive has a little something working.
Consistency, looking downfield, patience, that's the key to a great passing game, and that's what Potter's showing here right now.
And Potter going to throw it again under some pressure, hit, and they're going to rule that an incomplete pass. Potter takes one right in the chin. A big play that time.
Little breakdown communication for that O-line. Didn't see what happened there.
Another play fake. This one thrown across the middle into some traffic. Potter can't squeeze that one in. It'll be a big 3rd down and 10 now coming up for Tennessee.
Again, not enough time. Little mix-up in the backfield there.
Potter with 4 receivers out in the pattern here. They're going to set up a halfback screen, I should say, Richie James, and he is getting nowhere. That is Joe King on the tackle. That's going to set up a 4th down and 13. And Tennessee, after a good drive, they're going to have to settle for a field goal attempt.
Joe King, he sniffed out that running back screen right there. Didn't let anything get past him.
Well, Joe King, the only returner on this Mountaineer defensive line, led by Jayshawn DeRolo, Emma Lee. Yeah, we love the name here in Morgantown as well. Emily and Amari Stevens. So 3 freshmen on that defensive line, in Tennessee with the field goal, but Trevor Mitchell up and good. They lead at 3-0.
It's a pretty good second drive for the Volunteers. Let's see if West Virginia can answer with points of their own.
Well, West Virginia trying to get something going. A decent return there from Hunter Burdett. Gets it out across the 25 to the 28 where West Virginia will start. 4 receivers set. A play action for Kevin Barnes. Has some time, comes towards the sideline. A little bit of a miscommunication there, and Barnes kind of throws that one into nowhere.
Yeah, that delay, that little play action pass there didn't buy him enough time to find an open man.
Barnes back to pass again, running out of time, gets this one off underneath, complete, and that's Jin Shinobi. Give him 7. It'll be 3rd and 3.
It was a great little pass he had there. He was about to be swarmed by Jordan Bartlett, but he got that ball off in time.
Another throw from Barnes. This one caught Jacob Tomas. Give him 13 and a big 1st down as West Virginia looks to answer.
That was a great open field tackle there to deny him more yards, possibly a touchdown there.
A little 2-by-2 set, a delayed handoff to Philbin, and this time the Tennessee defensive front not letting him go anywhere. Joe Jackson, his 2nd tackle, his 1st for a loss.
Yeah, they covered that gap so well. The offensive line didn't hold it a long enough time to get him through there.
Now a big 2nd down and long. 2nd and 13 coming up for West Virginia. 3 receivers set back to the ground. It's Philbin again. Breaks 1, and he's drugged down from behind after a gain of 3. So back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
That was Chase Mack with the tackle. He chased him down from behind. That was could have been a lot worse.
So now a big 3rd down, and we're going to see a halfback screen. Philbin, can he get to the edge? He gets a few, give him 4, but not nearly enough. And another screen played, well defended by one of these defenses.
Yeah, that was. Let's see who that was. That was, I believe that. I don't know who that was. and I didn't catch the number.
I didn't catch the number either, unfortunately, but the defensive line doing a great job swarming them under. West Virginia, a couple of drives that had a little promise, stalled out. The Tennessee defense looking good here early on. We'll see if their offense can get rolling again. They put a nice little drive together and got 3 points on the last one. 4 receivers set for Potter. He's looking to throw it again. A little bit of late pressure. This one underneath, complete. But they're actually going to not gain any yardage. LaMichael Murray tackled right back at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that was, I believe, Murray's second catch of the game. Just had to backtrack. It was an off-balance throw.
This time a 5 receivers set for Potter, and he's able to find Caesar for a first down. So when they go to some of these underneath routes right now, Lee Potter is finding some open receivers, 6 of 10 for only 40 yards, though.
That was Caesar's first catch of his career, hopefully of many catches to come.
Here we go, 1st and 10, a little pistol look, another play action pass for Potter. Nothing open downfield. He's going to take off and run. He's got the edge, give him the 45 out near midfield, shakes off a tackle, and Lee Potter 19 more yards. So we've seen him run the football in these scrambles for some success here early on in this ball game.
Yeah, he has our rushing game is basically just him, 3 rushes for 56 yards. It's incredible.
Well, right now it has been Lee Potter's ground attack has been all of Tennessee's rushing yards to this point. We'll see if they start to open things up with Richie James later on. They're going to fake it to James, and Potter's going to throw it again. An open receiver and another first down, and still not down yet. Finally, Creel knocked down after a gain of 14 and another Tennessee first down.
One of the new fresh faces on this team, tight end, freshman, Creel.
Another 4 receiver set, another screen pass coming up. It's James. He's got it underneath, and Jacob Cobb is able to wrestle him down in the open field, or that could have been a lot worse. James gets 4.
Yeah, a little dump off pass to the halfback, just little yards here and there. It should work out, tire this defense out.
Now another second down over the middle again. Right now, Tennessee has found something that's worked. This is Logan Mitchell, his first catch, give him 8, and another volunteer first down.
The transfer, Logan Mitchell coming in strong whenever he needs it, or the team needs it.
And you're going to throw it again. No surprise there. And it's Porter again to Johnny Patterson this time. 8 more yards. It'll be 2nd down and 2.
Johnny Patterson is a huge presence on this field. Potter's looking very poised on this drive.
2nd down, looking to set up another screen. This one is well read by West Virginia. Joe King again. The second time we've seen him make a stop on a screen play. This one sets up a 3rd and 5.
King is the king of sniffing out on the screen passes.
We'll take that here in Morgantown for sure. I'm sure you'd like to see him get blocked up a little bit better than that. We'll see here on 3rd and 5. Tennessee more than likely will go to the air here again. They've done it all night long, and they're going to try and set up another screen. This time it's going to be blown up by Amari Stevens, the other defensive tackle brought into Morgantown this season, and they make a big play there to force another Tennessee field goal.
I believe that was to a walk-on. Don't see Morales on our stat sheet.
No, I believe you're right. It's one of the Tennessee walk-ons stepping in, trying to get a play in and unable to break free. But Mitchell, again, another field goal up and good. He's 2 for 2 on the night. And Tennessee, another good drive, has to settle for 3, though.
Points are points. Just saying.
Well, I agree. And right now, West Virginia doesn't have any of them. And they're looking to change that. They're going to get decent field position after the Hunter Burdette return out at the 30. And here you see the yardage clearly in favor of Tennessee early on.
Yeah, with Logan or with Potter just tossing the ball, pitch and catch is going to be golden all game.
West Virginia's played a little bend but don't break on defense. We'll see if their offense can help bail them out a little bit. And Jacob Tomas, I should say, another catch. This one good for 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
It was a great catch, great yards after contact. He didn't even go down. He just shrugged off those hits.
So 2nd down and 5 going back to the ground. It's Philbin again right up the middle. And when West Virginia has had success, it has been right between the tackles. Philbin, 6 carries, 28 yards.
I'm just going to keep gashing him.
And the offensive line right now doing their job up the middle. We'll see if that continues. And they're going to go underneath. This one complete to Gaucher. Brandon Gaucher, the freshman tight end, coming in getting his first reception of his career. It's good for 5, and again, it'll set him up at a 2nd and short.
It's a great pass out to the far side.
Now Gaucher going to go in motion left to right. They're going to go back up the middle to Philbin, and he's got more yards between the tackles. Give him 10, give him a 1st down, and West Virginia's got a drive going.
He's got the blockers. The blockers up front are just moving bodies. You can't stop them.
And they're going to throw it again. Barnes has some time, looking, finally running out of time, throws it downfield, an open receiver, Jacob Thomas, and he is able to get a foot down. That was close. We'll see if they go to the booth to take a look at this. As it stands, it's a big 1st down for West Virginia.
Ooh, that's close.
He was very close to the sideline. I'll be surprised if they don't take a look at it.
Oh, it doesn't look like they're taking a look at it.
And they're not going to, so West Virginia's offense is going to get a little bit of a break there, perhaps. And they go to a pistol full house set here. And they're going to go right back up the middle to Philbin. He runs over a defender inside the 5, still going down to the 2-yard line. Give him 16 more. 8 carries, 54 yards here in this 1st quarter, and he was just running over Volunteer defenders.
They're arm tackling. They're not going to be able to bring anybody down like that.
Logan in chat saying he was 99% sure he was in on that catch. I am 1% sure he wasn't, so we'll take it. But that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter here in Morgantown. Tennessee leads it 6-0. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. Welcome back to Milan Pushkar Stadium here in Morgantown, West Virginia. West Virginia has a 1st and goal from the 4, trying to tie this ball game up. Philbin up the middle and drugged down from behind. A great open field tackle there to prevent a touchdown.
And I believe that was by one of Tennessee's many walk-ons.
Now they made a play when it counted there. And again, full house set. Philbin trying to get to the end zone, spun around, give him the 1 and no further. So a big 3rd and goal coming up here.
I'm going to give that to Mercury Hawkins with the tackle.
Now there was a lot of white jerseys in the area. Goal line formation up the middle, trying to stretch it towards the outside is Hunter Burdett, the backup, and he cannot get the edge. Xander Travelstead does a great job dragging him down, and Tennessee bends but doesn't break and keeps the Mountaineers out of the end zone.
That was great goal line defense. Looks like West Virginia's going to come away with a field goal here.
The West Virginia going to settle for 3 as Braden Gabriel, the junior kicker, his first attempt of his career. It's a chip shot. You can't ask for anything more. On your first attempt, it's up and good. West Virginia gets 3 back, but they still trail at 6-3. So now as we head into this next Tennessee drive, what does Tennessee got to do? They put some drives together. They haven't finished with a touchdown, though.
They have to have consistent blocking. It's been very sporadic. They've been getting to Potter. If they have consistent blocking, Potter can just sit in the pocket all day.
He's going to throw it again over the middle, complete another 1st down. It's Patterson one more time. Give him 12, and it seems to be where Tennessee has been able to throw the football right over the middle here on the early downs in these drives.
Yeah, that is one of the strengths that Potter and Patterson have, this connection that they've grown through spring training.
Now, and this time they try to go to the ground game. Richie James, his first carry of the night, a little delayed handoff, only good for 1, drugged down. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
The little engine that could right there. I mean, you can only get 1 though.
A little speed option look, and breaking a tackle is Potter. So Potter's legs right now are really the difference in this ball game, and he's got 67 yards on just 4 carries.
Yeah, just averaging 16, a little under 16 or 17 yards per gain. It's incredible what he can do with his feet.
And that time he does it with his arms. Is LaMichael Murray, a little stop route in front of R.J. Lupo, and it's a nice 6-yard pickup on first down.
Just little yardage here and there. Tire that defense out. That's what they got to do.
And going to throw it again and again, open across the middle, complete. Patterson one more time, 11 more yards, another first down. So Patterson, when he catches it, he's good for a first down every time, 10 yards.
Everyone came into this game thinking that, the top receiver Freeman out of the recruiting class would do anything, but actually it's Patterson, the freshman, that's has a starring role in this first half.
And this time it's James trying to pick up some yardage on the ground. Jacob Cobb making the big tackle there. 2nd down and 6 coming up. And Potter with 4 receivers in the set, going to throw it again. Nope, he's going to take off. And this time, not going to get to the sticks. A good job by a couple of Mountaineer defenders, including Cosmo Mintz, the freshman cornerback, and Jacob Cobb getting his 7th tackle of the night.
Didn't see what he liked. His receivers are getting smothered by this defense, and he's not seeing anything. He's just going to take off.
Now this time he tries to step up and take off, and he's got no room to go. It's Amari Stevens' first sack of Amari Stevens' career, and a big play is going to end this Tennessee drive with what should be a field goal attempt.
Yeah, it was a play was blown up. You try to do too much and not enough time to do it. It looks like they're going for it, though.
Well, I was wrong. I thought they'd attempt a long field goal. Instead, they're going to keep Potter and the offense out there. 4th and 7. And he's going for broke, and he's got a man wide open. Logan Mitchell to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Give him 6. Logan Mitchell. Just an amazing catch in that corner.
A great throw from Lee Potter, just dropped it in the bucket. Mitchell, and I don't know if there was a little bit of confusion. It looked like maybe a corner blitz was on. Nobody got home, and there was just no chance for Andrew Matchey to get over there and cover that corner route. Great throw, great catch, and a good answer drive. Tennessee now up 10.
That's what Logan's been talking about whenever I sat down with him. He's looking for this wide receiver core to shine, and that's exactly what they're doing, especially with these freshmen.
Now Hunter Burdett, a good return, give him 23 yards. Now it's up to Kevin Barnes, that wide receiver core for the Mountaineers, and the running game, which has worked here early on to try and get something going. Stopped on 3 shots from the 4-yard, inside the 4 on their last drive. They're going to go back up the middle to Jerry Philbin, and he's got 5 more yards. 62 yards rushing so far tonight.
I mean, if I was a coach, I'd give it to Philbin all the time because it seems like he's the only one doing any production on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, that was West Virginia's game plan coming in to this ball game, was to run the football and try and make some things happen in the running game. This time they try to throw it to Philbin out of the backfield, unable to hang on to it. It'll be 3rd and 5.
That was a little quick pass. I don't know if there's miscommunication because the wide receiver started streaking upfield. It was just weird.
And now trying to get it on the ground, and they tried to get to the edge. This time Philbin cannot. He gets a yard, but they tried to go to the outside when they've had success so far up the middle. A little bit of a confusing play call that time.
I believe that was broken up by Mack. Taken down by Mack, rather.
So Chase Mack making the play on 3rd down, and Johnson an 11-yard return. So right now, Tennessee kind of in control of this thing. How does West Virginia start to climb back in it? It's got to start here on the defensive side of the ball, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. The corners just need to, the defensive backs need to relax, just sit on, passes. It's just, it seems to be working for Tennessee right now.
Now James Freeman this time, and it's a simple comeback route. He gets in front of the safety, Lupo, who has to come up and make a tackle, and really looking to not get beat over the top, and something that West Virginia had problems with a season ago. Don't want it to haunt them again. So far tonight, it's been the underneath stuff.
Yeah, going into the preseason, we just heard about, you know, the Logan Mitchell, the I believe is what his word was the midget, and James Freeman, the goon. So two ends of the spectrum, really short and really tall.
All right, now it's been working for Tennessee. This one completed over the middle. It's another 6-yard pickup for Johnny Patterson, 5 catches, 46 yards. A great first half so far for him, but it sets up a 3rd and 4. The 3rd down. West Virginia needs a big stop here. Tennessee would love to continue this drive. Potter under some late pressure, hit and sacked. They are going to give him the sack to Joe King, his first of the season. 3 tackles tonight, maybe the biggest one so far, as that one should push Tennessee out of field goal range.
Yeah, they pressured him in the right spot. He got that swim move off perfectly, the duck bull rush, whatever you want to call it, and he got to the quarterback.
And I wasn't sure at the time. I thought Potter may have gotten rid of that football, so I had to hold off on the call. I didn't know if they were going to actually have a sack on that play or if we were going to see the ball come loose. But a big play from Joe King, a big play for that Mountaineer defense now to get the football back. 3:56 to go first half, a 13-3 ball game here. How does West Virginia respond?
They got to keep it simple. Just run. Tennessee hasn't been able to stop them. They've been running right up down their throats. Just run it.
A little play fake here. Barnes going to go underneath, complete. It's Gaucher again. Give him 5 more yards. So Gaucher, the freshman tight end, a couple of catches, 10 yards total. And he's been open in the flat a couple of times. I'd like to see maybe they go back to that a few more times tonight.
I mean, I say run the ball. I mean, he's 7 for 10. So, I mean, him throwing is not bad. It's just they do a lot more damage running the ball.
Well, Kevin Barnes has been consistent, but who's been more consistent has been Jerry Philbin, 13 carries, 77 yards, including a big one there. Travelstead had to get his 7th tackle, but it's well downfield out near the 40-yard line, and another West Virginia first down.
It's not good when one of your defensive backs is leading in tackles.
And they haven't really been around the line of scrimmage either, so that's been good news for the West Virginia running attack. And Philbin spins forward off of a hit that time. Give him 6 more as he's closing in on 100 yards in the first half.
Just excellent running by Philbin. Is just gashing him up the middle. You can't stop it.
Close in on 3 minutes here to go first half. Philbin again right up the middle, a little counter action. Got it back to the inside. Give him 7 more yards. Give him another first down, and West Virginia again has something going.
Just, I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Just do the same thing.
A 2 tight end set here. They're going to play fake it. He's looking long over the middle, complete, and that is Jackson Height. His first catch of the ball game. It's good for 15, and one of the bigger passing plays we've seen from the Mountaineer offense tonight.
Definitely. I mean, I respect what they're doing. They're lulling the Tennessee defense to sleep with these runs right up the middle and then throwing darts over the middle for gains of 15.
Well, Tennessee looks like they're going to load the box a little bit. They're coming with some heat. They're going to still go up the middle with Philbin. Give him only a yard. Excuse me, that's Hunter Burdett coming in to spell Philbin, his 2nd carry of the ball game. This one good for only a yard.
I mean, Philbin can only do so much. They had to sub him out.
Hey, there's only so many times you can carry the football. I mean, it is a pretty heavy object. And this one over the middle, this time dropped by Gaucher. Tried to get it back to the tight end, unable to haul that one in.
I mean, he hit him right in the numbers. I mean, must be has some popcorn on the sideline, greasy fingers.
He was watching the Tennessee offense moving up and down the field. He had time to take a little bit of a break. This one caught, complete, and fighting for extra yards is Shinobi. Give him 7. Needed 9, though. It'll be an interesting 4th down call coming up for West Virginia.
And that was a hard-fought 7. It wasn't just like, I'll slide down now. He tried to get the first down there.
And instead of going for it, which I don't like my own call here, we're going to kick the field goal, and Gabriel is going to put it up and good. So West Virginia, a good drive, but again, ending in only 3, so Tennessee hanging on to a 7-point lead here.
It's you know, I say points are points, and those are some big points. You don't want to go into halftime with a 2-touchdown deficit.
Well, Tennessee here a chance to make it a 2-touchdown deficit. with a good drive with 1:52 to go first half. They've got the ball sitting just across the 25 at the 27. 3 receiver set, 1 tight end, and it's going to be Potter going to take off again. Gets around the outside, and just like he's done multiple times tonight, is able to break, contain, and scramble for big yards.
He just reads that field and doesn't like what he sees. That West Virginia pass defense is just smothering his receivers, and he has to make his own play.
And when he's decided to do that, he has made big plays with his legs. A 2-by-2 set this time for Potter. Down the seam, and this one's picked off. It's going the other direction, and that's R.J. Lupo with a big play. So the first turnover of the year goes to the Mountaineer defense, and a big stop when they needed it badly.
Lupo just read his eyes the entire way. He jumped in front of that ball. It was a great play.
They were going for Johnny Patterson, who's had a big game here early on, and this time Potter just couldn't squeeze it in. And now West Virginia a chance with 1.5 minutes to go first half to go downfield and get this thing tied back up. Hasn't been tied since the early going, and Kevin Barnes going to go across the middle, complete. And that's Jen Shinobi, 12 more yards and a good first down to start this drive.
Just fighting for those extra yards. Got to respect the game.
Now Kevin Barnes, 10-14, hasn't broken 100 yards yet, but he's been consistent, hasn't turned it over, and this time to Shinobi again. A 3-yard pass turns into a 7-yard gain. A good job by Shinobi getting it upfield.
Barnes finally breaking that century mark.
Now here we go, 5 wide set, gonna throw it again. Underneath, complete, another first down. And this is Jacob Tomas, give him 6. And the Mountaineers have a little drive going here before the end of the half.
Just tick, tick, tick. They don't have a lot of time left to get the first down, get going.
Got a minute, got 2 timeouts. The ball sitting at the 35 of Tennessee. Again, some time to throw. This time he's gonna stretch it downfield. And that one was knocked away. A dangerous throw. Maybe the first bad read from Kevin Barnes tonight.
I was knocked down by Xavier Travelstead. It was just a hair out of reach for him and a little bit thrown short for his receiver.
And this one underneath. It's Jen Shinobi again. Only a 3-yard pickup. So 3rd down and 7 coming up. And at this position in the field, you may be looking at 2 plays to get the 7 yards.
Definitely. This is definitely a 4 down territory.
And they're going to go for the end zone instead, and it is caught. Jacob Tomas for a 33-yard Mountaineer touchdown, and we're an extra point away from tying this one up.
You just streaked past the defense, and it's just wide open.
Well, that is really the first shot that Kevin Barnes and the Mountaineer offense has taken downfield. You said it a minute ago. They've been lulling them to sleep with some of the running game, the short passes, and this time Barnes to Tomas right down the sideline for a big play. Now 48 seconds, probably about 40 seconds or so when this kick return is over for Tennessee. Do they play a little conservative, or do they go for something here and try and get points before the half with 3 timeouts?
Well, they definitely have an arm with Potter, and they definitely have the speed with, pretty much every receiver. So I would go for a touchdown.
Well, they're going to set things up with a screen, and again, it's Joe King, and it is a big stop on that first down play, and that might dictate the rest of this drive. Tennessee not taking a timeout, maybe content now after that play to go to the locker room all tied up.
King just does what he does. I mean, sniffing out that screen pass, it was a great play on his behalf.
That's the 3rd screen pass we've seen him break up on his own. Now a receiver in motion, setting up 2 to the bottom of the screen. They're going to go to the ground game. It's James, and he's got no room this time, and West Virginia going to take a timeout, and that was Zach Norman coming from his strong safety position to make that stop.
I mean, if West Virginia can get this stop here and score another timeout, they have another chance to take the lead.
And now James to the outside, and they will get the stop. And another Mountaineer timeout. It's their last of the half, so they're going to have maybe 5 seconds or so, depending on this punt return, to maybe throw one towards the end zone here. And this is going to be fielded by A.D. Powers, and he's going to get it out near midfield, a good 12-yard return. So 5 seconds, no timeouts. Probably Hail Mary position for the Mountaineers here.
Most definitely. They beat the defensive backs the last offensive play, and let's see if they can do it again.
A one shot to the end zone. Barnes going to wind up, let it go. It's caught, and he's dropped inside the 5. That was Jackson Height. Great play. It's going to look really good in the stats, but it doesn't do anything for the score. We've reached halftime here in Morgantown. It's a barn burner, but it's tied. It's 13-13 here at halftime. And CJ, take us through some of the first half highlights and break down what you saw.
I mean, you can't deny that West Virginia has a really good rushing attack here. Philbin just gashing the defense. And then you got Potter with his feet working some little chip shots here and there, and then busting out for a 31-yard gain and then touchdown passes. It's just, I mean, this game is even. You could tell that these two teams want to win.
Absolutely. I mean, both teams last season finished with the goose egg in the win column. So one of these teams is finally going to break that losing streak, and neither team wants to be the one that continues the losing streak. Here you see the yardage fairly even. West Virginia actually leading in passing yards by 40, which is a little bit surprising to me, as we've seen both quarterbacks be consistent. But Tennessee has thrown the ball a little bit more often, or a lot more often, I should say.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting second half. Will the play of either team's offense dictate how tired their defenses get? Because that's generally how it works. If you have a speed offense, your defense is going to get tired real quick.
Well, here we go. West Virginia's going to get the football to start the second half, and it's a good return by Hunter Burdett, 30 yards to set West Virginia up. And right now it's that R.J. Lupo interception towards the end of the first half. It's kind of been the difference of this game, helped West Virginia get back in it. Now, can their offense go get the first lead of the ball game? They're going to go wide receiver screen, nothing doing. And actually, I don't even think they consider that a completed pass. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, broken up by Terry Walther.
And Walther does a great job coming up and making a big hit. And now back to the ground game. Philbin fighting forward and giving them 6 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Philbin 4 yards away from the century mark.
Just an incredible game by Philbin so far. Let's see if he can carry it into the second half.
So here we go. Gonna go for on the ground again. Philbin running over a defender, breaking through another tackle across the midfield stripe, and a 10-yard pickup on 3rd down and 4. A big carry there, and it is another Mountaineer first down.
It's hard to bring down a guy with arm tackles. I mean, just what's going to happen.
So here we go. 1st and 10, receiver in motion. Barnes going to play fake and roll out a little bit. He's going to throw it downfield. Jackson Height, another catch, give him 14 yards. 3 catches, 78 yards. The big one at the end of the first half was the one that really padded his stats.
Great drive going on here. Let's see if he can keep that momentum.
Now right back up the middle, it's Philbin again. 8 yards on the carry, and he was 6 yards downfield before anybody from Tennessee touched him.
Tennessee's getting tired. They're on the field too long. It's going to happen. I have a score update from the Washington-Auburn game over on Twitch. It's Washington 42, Auburn 7. Just started the second half.
Now, so a rough one going on over there. We got a good one here on YouTube to close out week 1. And it's 3rd down and 1 now for the Mountaineers. Going to throw for it. Going to go back to Philbin over the middle. Let him catch the ball out of the backfield. It's good for 5 yards. And another Mountaineer first down. And they are driving here to start the second half.
This is a good drive that they're putting on coming out of the break. It's you can tell which team is tired and which team isn't.
Well, the halftime break rejuvenated the Mountaineer offense a little bit. Tennessee would have liked it to be a little bit longer. 5 wide set. Tomas over the middle. Give him 9 more. So Jacob Tomas has had a great game as well. He's averaging 14.5 a catch, and it's now 2nd and 1.
They're just looking for over the middle. It's going to be open.
Now this is a read option. Kevin Barnes gets to the outside, and he's trying to show Potter he can run it a little bit too. His first carry, give him 5. It'll be 1st and goal, West Virginia.
This is the 11th tackle for Travelstead. He's going to be the workhorse on defense if they're going to get past the line of scrimmage.
And unfortunately, he's making tackles 5 and 10 yards downfield, and it's going to be Jerry Philbin spinning his way into the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia.
It's that extra effort. You got to extra spin, reach for the goal line. Just got him in.
And that was an outstanding drive. West Virginia finally puts a drive together. 10 plays, 62 yards, nearly 2.5 minutes. And they did it with a little bit of the run, a little bit of the pass. They have their first lead of the ball game. So, CJ, how does Tennessee, who we've seen move the ball well, how do they get back into this game and tie it back up?
I mean, it all starts on the offensive line. That offensive line needs to hold the blocks a little bit longer so Potter can get a good look. But if Potter can't get a good look and he doesn't see what he likes, it's his feet that's got to do the work.
Now, and Potter has let his legs do some of the work tonight, actually very well. He's done a great job scrambling for big plays when the West Virginia secondary is held up. He's going to look to throw it again. He's going down the sideline, complete to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and drugged down as Logan Mitchell, 75 yards later by R.J. Lupo, nearly tied it back up in one play.
Like I said, offensive line needs to give the quarterback time to pass, and that's what happened. You get a 75-yard almost touchdown saved by a shoestring tackle. I can't say anything today, but there you go.
It gets late, words get hard, we understand. And Logan Mitchell, again, nearly tying this one up in one play, ran right by Cameron Jones, the freshman cornerback. So now from the goal line, and Richie James, he hasn't had a lot of big runs, but this one didn't have to go very far. Give him 2, give him a touchdown for the Volunteers.
That was a great, great 2 plays. Only took, 23 seconds off the board? That I don't think that gave him enough time for the defense to get any break, but let's see if that helped a little bit. I don't know. It didn't.
I was just gonna say, a long drive from West Virginia. Tennessee turns around and answers very quickly as we got a good return here. Hunter Burdett, he's done a great job on the special teams, but that quick scoring drive may actually hurt that Tennessee defense a little bit. But does some of that momentum kind of counteract that?
You would hope, but I mean, on the field for 23 seconds off the field for 23 seconds does not help whatsoever.
And this one, a Jen Shinobi wide receiver screen pass, little bubble screen. He's got 10. He's got a first down. So now it's starting to work a little sideline to sideline to try and wear him out a little bit more as Chase Mack, another tackle. Now a 1st and 10, Barnes going to go back to the air and looked like he was trying to hit his receiver out of the backfield on a wheel route, kind of threw that one away.
It didn't even look like he was looking where he was throwing. He was just throwing that ball away.
A little bit of late pressure there from that Tennessee defensive line as well. Kind of gave him some happy feet in the backfield. And now Barnes going to throw it again on 2nd down. Over the middle, wide open. A.D. Powers down the seam, 29 yards. And another big play for this Mountaineer offense.
It was a great pass right down the middle of the field, wide open. Can't ask for a better route.
A.D. Powers, another one of the freshmen that the Mountaineers have brought in this season. Can play both sides of the ball, cornerback, receiver, trying to help revamp that defense as well. And right now, he's helping the offense out a little bit. A 4-receiver set. They're going to throw it again over the middle, and incomplete. That one stripped out at the last second. Good play on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it was J.T. Carter with that bump to jar the ball loose.
Now 2nd and 10, gonna throw it again. This time it's Gaucher again. Give him 6 this time. His longest catch of the day. He's gone for 5 and 6. So a big play there. He sets up a 3rd and short.
That was a great run pass option. Quick pass to a wide open receiver.
And now time to throw, going towards the end zone and intercepted. Yep, they're going to give him an interception, fighting for that ball. And he couldn't catch the number. Travelstead again, and he's been all over the place. Has a lot of tackles and give him an interception, and Shinobi trying to fight it away but couldn't get it. Now 1st and 10 from inside their own 5-yard line is Tennessee. They're going to turn and hand it off, and they are going to lose yards. Richie James losing 2 on that play. Cameron Jones coming up to make the stop.
I understand the run, trying to get out of the shadows of your end zone, but it's not working for him.
I think that one had to go up the middle. You had the big boys up front, and the Mountaineer defensive line's kind of spread out there. This time they do go up the middle, but it's going to be shut down quickly. That is Emma Lee on the tackle. Give him a gain of 2, though, for Richie James.
That was that's kind of the play they should have ran in the first one, right up the middle, not try to beat around the edge there.
Again, going to go up the middle. Richie James only going to get 1. And again, it's one of the defensive linemen, I believe Amari Stevens, going to get credit for that tackle. And Tennessee was able to force the turnover. Can't do anything with it because of the bad field position. So the Mountaineers going to get it right back.
Well, at least it gave the defense some sort of a break. But, I mean, at what cost? It's a great return.
80 Powers, and you said a good return. Great blocking, and Powers just had to find his seam. And now the Mountaineers right outside of the red zone to start this drive. Best starting field position for either team tonight. And the Mountaineers looking to take advantage and get the lead back. Over the middle, complete. And fighting for extra yards is Jacob Tomas down to the 1-yard line. A 1st and goal coming up for West Virginia.
It was a great, yards after the catch. Just fight for the extra yards, fight for that touchdown. It's a great catch, great run after the catch.
And a nice crossing pattern, wound up in the open in the middle of the zone. And Kevin Barnes able to find the open man that time, didn't force anything. And we'll see if West Virginia from near the goal line can score. They were stopped down here a couple of times before. Kevin Barnes going to do it himself. Touchdown, West Virginia.
It was a great read option, untouched, just walked right into the end zone.
And that time the Mountaineers able to convert from down deep, got a field goal from a 1st and goal set up before in the first half. This time didn't waste any time, gets it in the end zone. And now Tennessee, as CJ, they had to go to the ground game on their last drive because of the field position they were stuck in. I would expect them to go right back to the air here on this drive. How do they respond?
I believe, their offense didn't give them enough a break like how I'm not saying that West Virginia's defense is tired. I'm just saying there wasn't enough break there. Hopefully they get gassed and streak down for a touchdown here.
Well, they have been chasing receivers all over the field all night long, and they've also been chasing Potter all over the field all night long, and he's got 7 more on a scramble. Keith Panda has to drag him down after the 7-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 3.
He almost has 100 yards rushing for the game, and it's just he's got to work with his feet.
Yeah, he's been doing work with his feet. This time he gives it off to the fullback, and Amari Stevens swallows that play up in the backfield. It looked like they were going a little triple option, and there was no option on that one. Stevens, the big play.
Tennessee has a short yardage 3rd down conversion, but they haven't converted a 3rd down all game. So let's see if they can do that here.
Looking for a big 3rd down play here, going deep, and it is knocked away at the last second. Jammer Moore able to get his hand in there, and really a pretty decent throw from Potter, and he had a man open.
Yeah, that was James Freeman with that. I don't know, there's a little bit of touching before that pass got there. I wasn't saying anything, just go home cooking.
Well, we're going to, the road team brings the refs, right? So here we go.
Man. Yeah, but the refs have to stay in town.
Well, and then when you're staying in Morgantown, that gets a little bit dangerous. I know from experience. So a big drive here coming up, especially for the Tennessee defense. They'd love to get it back off the field without giving up points. And West Virginia goes right back up the middle to Jerry Philbin. Give him 4. He's got 124 yards on the night. He has been the workhorse for this offense. It's just been Philbin, pass. And it is worked well for the Mountaineers so far tonight. This one does not work well for the Mountaineers as Kevin Barnes slung down by Bigsby. and just buried in the turf for a loss of 1.
This is a great recovery by Bigsby. He almost just went right by him.
Now, the Mountaineers have not done third down very well either. Only 4 of 10, 40% so far on the night. They're going to go 5 wide, and they're going to throw for it here on 3rd and 8. And he's got a man, and it's complete inside the 20 to 10, the 5, fighting towards the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia. And that is going to be Jacob Tomas again to the end zone.
It was a great pass. Wide open receiver. You can't ask for any better route running right there.
A little bit of late pressure, but it was too late, and Tomas was all by himself. Then it was just a foot race and a little bit of power down inside the 2 that dragged the defender into the end zone. So a good job getting off the field by the West Virginia defense, and a great job getting it downfield, putting another one in the end zone. And now it's a 14-point lead, the largest lead we've seen from either team so far tonight. And CJ, Tennessee's not going to go away with their passing prowess. So how do they respond? They got to put a little bit of a drive together here.
I mean, they've tried to run, not working unless it's Potter scrambling. But, you know, they gotta lull them to sleep. But we can't get the running game started, so we can't get our passing game started, it looks like.
And Potter, you mentioned it. It has been the running game. You see some of the highlights, and these are not designed runs. These are scrambles off of plays that are breaking down when West Virginia does cover well on the back end. Potter's making plays with his feet, and we're going to see the stat line pop up. He's all 9 rushes, 79 yards to go along with the 227 through the air. Well, here we go, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. 4 receivers in the set, and again over the middle. And that's what's been working for Tennessee, but this time only good for 3 is Johnny Patterson.
I believe that's Patterson's first touch this half. I mean, he did so much the first half, but he's got to get in this game more if Tennessee wants to succeed, rather.
And here we go, Potter, and there he goes again around the outside, and this time slides down as he was running into Keith Panda territory. Didn't want to take that hit, and gets a good gain, though, and it sets up a manageable 3rd down.
But again, have they converted on 3rd down? It's been a struggle for us this game.
Are they going to get this one? They will, and it's going to be individual effort from LaMichael Murray. He was not going to get that 1st down until he shrugs off the initial tackle. Needed 4, got exactly that.
See, I just needed to will it into existence. I mentioned, hey, they haven't done this, and they do it. Touchdown.
You can stop doing that now. And Richie James, he's been effective out of the backfield, 6 catches, only 10 yards, because a lot of that has actually been screen plays that West Virginia's run down. But another catch there, and Keith Panda 9 tackles. So now on 2nd down, another receiver screen. This one blown up by Jammer Moore. A good job. This time Michael Murray can't shake free. Moore, the tackle in the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and 8.
Did exactly what his name is. He jammed up that little bubble screen there and lost to the 4.
Yeah, he did a great job just destroying that play right at the point of attack. And now we'll see if this Mountaineer defense can get off the field again, or if Tennessee will continue converting 3rd downs. They're going to go to a screen. They've got some blocking out in front. It broke down quickly, and I believe that was Keith Panda again with the tackle. A gain of 3, but it's going to force a punt.
Just that, 3 yards isn't a 1st down. The short passes isn't working for us.
West Virginia has finally kind of stepped up and made a couple of plays underneath, and now A.D. Powers on the return, another gain of 12. So now it's up to the Tennessee defense. We've seen the West Virginia offense get some things rolling, some deep passes, which early on in this ballgame did not look like they were going to come from West Virginia. They started with the running game. So now how does Tennessee respond now that West Virginia has shown a little bit of a dual threat offense?
I mean, their defense ends. The defense ends need to release quicker, and your quarterback just doesn't need to look.
Yeah. Well, they're going to go back to the bubble screen. It's caught by Shinobi again. A good job that time fighting off the blocking by Travelstead, and another tackle for him. This one around the line of scrimmage, only a gain of 1.
Yeah, finally, Tennessee's defense made at least a stop there.
Well, we have reached the end of the third quarter. Throw the fours up in chat. We've got a good one. Can Tennessee put a comeback together? West Virginia leads it 34-20. You're watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports on YouTube. And welcome back to Morgantown, West Virginia. West Virginia trying to put a drive together that might start to put this one away. And this time a triple option look. And again, no option that time as Johnny McCall shutting that one down in the backfield.
It was a great read by the defense there. Just swarming to the ball.
Now, West Virginia, like Tennessee, struggling on third down, only 5 of 11. This one, 3rd and 11 here. 5 wide receivers. Tennessee's going to bring some pressure. Can't get there in time. It's Height, and he's got a first down near the midfield stripe, just across it. Give him 17. Another first down as Height gets near 100 yards.
Looks like we had a safety blitz there, and it just didn't pan out. Quarterback sniffed it out. Barnes sniffed it out right away. Hit the open receiver.
It was a step too late on the blitz. A good read from Barnes. And this time, C.J. Cook, the freshman 3-star receiver, getting a little bit of action. Give him a catch and 4 yards. Get him in the stat column. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Great little toe tap for a gain of 4 there.
It's Gaucher in motion, going to fake it to Philbin. Going to take another shot, and it's complete. And it's Jin Shinobi again down to the 5. And that one, a dangerous throw. It kind of floated up there. I thought it might have gotten jumped for a second. Shinobi comes down with it, and it's another big play for the West Virginia offense.
I didn't think you had any worries about it being picked off. They didn't even know the ball was coming.
Well, I always, as a coach, when that ball floats up there, I get a little worried at times. You always want to see the positive side of a play. So let's see what West Virginia does from here. 1st and goal from the 4. 5 receivers set over the middle, complete. And that's Charlie Morris, a walk-on. He had to come back for that football. Otherwise, it may have been another touchdown. And it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2.
That was super close to a touchdown. I think he almost caught the ball in the end zone.
And now they're going to go right up the middle to Philbin. No messing around this time. He's in from 1 yard out, and West Virginia extends the lead.
What else have we seen today? Philbin just running the ball and getting some yards and scoring.
Right up the middle, and it's been that way from early on. When West Virginia's run the ball between the tackles, they've had a lot of success. And I think eventually that's what wore some things down, and Tennessee had to take some chances. And then Kevin Barnes in the passing attack was able to take advantage. Still 7:40 to go in this ball game. And I hate to say it, I've seen West Virginia blow some leads. So Tennessee, with their passing attack, not out of this thing yet. How do they get rolling? We've seen some success early on in this ball game, but not lately in the second half.
Well, our receivers need to get open, it looks like. Potter's doing all the work on his feet, just non-designed quarterback run plays.
And right back over the middle, and that's where we've seen Tennessee have some success, is over the middle. This one's complete to James Freeman, only his 2nd catch of the night, but he's got 33 yards on those 2 catches.
Freeman is a great receiver, good speed, but got to work on that release.
And that one, a little bit of a rub play there. You saw James coming out, helped rub the defender off of Freeman on that one. And Potter trying to get to the outside. He put it on the turf as he was hit. And I didn't even see that ball pop out initially. A great play by Amari Stevens. Going to get credit for a sack and a forced fumble on that one. And the Tennessee lucky to get it back.
Yeah, good heads-up play by the offensive line to pick that one up. He probably made up for the lookout block he just did.
Well, he gets the lookout block, but like you said, saves the offense, at least the possession for now. 2nd down and 17. There goes Potter again. And this is Jayshawn DeRollo diving back to get the tackle, but Potter escapes again for 5 yards. Potter coming up on 100 yards.
I believe, what was that name again?
Jayshawn DeRollo.
Can you perhaps put a little bit of a singing voice on for that?
I will not, because no one wants to hear my singing voice. This one thrown deep, and nearly intercepted. I believe it was Jammer Moore again in the area, nearly picked that one off. It'll be 4th down, and Tennessee's got to go for it.
And see, now Tennessee is 1 for 1 in 4th down, so maybe they'll do well on this one.
So here we go, and complete over the middle, and Panda saves the first down there. Freeman gets 10, needed 11. So Tennessee, a good completion on 4th down, just not quite enough yardage.
That was I mean, as good as it gets without being great. You know what I mean?
And I felt that disappointment. I truly understand. And that time, a good play from the Tennessee defensive line, not allowing Barnes to get that one off cleanly. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the Tennessee 48. Barnes going to throw it again, and this one is complete. I'm not sure how we got that in there, but C.J. Cook, the freshman, his 2nd catch of the night. This one good for 8. It'll be a 3rd down and 2 coming up, and I think 3rd and 2 might be Jerry Philbin time.
Definitely Philbin time. Can we get that on a shirt, please? I would buy it.
Well, you know what? I think Jerry actually runs a company that makes things like that. So sure, he'd probably be happy to make those. This is Kevin Barnes going to the outside, showing Potter that he can run as well, breaking off of tackles and gets it down to the 25-yard line. Barnes, not nearly as many yards, but hasn't had to carry it quite as much. This is a big 1st down, though.
I mean, that was a man running the ball there against little kids on a peewee field.
To steal one from Ginger Mac, get off me, son. Dad has to go to work. And he did there. Picks up the big yards, the 1st down, and now right back to Philbin, who is actually drugged down at the line of scrimmage. And that's a great open field tackle that time by Travelstead. Again, 15 tackles. He might be looking for Player of the Week nomination.
Yeah, definitely. But luckily that tackle was at the line of scrimmage, where most of his tackles have been at least 10 yards deep.
And Philbin this time, he's looking for the 1st down and more. A little bit of a stutter step there. Maybe just trying to run off some of the extra clock. 23 carries, 138 yards for Jerry Philbin, and Travelstead one more time.
See, you got 20 yards deep. Philbin decides to, hey, I don't want to score right now. I want more touches.
Now this time, Hunter Burdett's going to get another touch. The backup running back, 4 carries, 6 yards for Hunter Burdett. Mercury Hawkins, his 6th tackle on the night.
At least they're not giving up the touchdown right away, giving the offense more time to recoup and, recover from, the times that they spent on the field.
Philbin looking for the end zone that time. And again, Travelstead, he's closing in on 20 tackles on the night. This West Virginia offense right now just wearing them down, running the ball up the middle.
I could see a design quarterback run here, not going to lie.
And actually, Philbin going to throw it. He's holding on to it. Finally throws it away. Good defense on the back end. You're trying to throw it into a 13-yard area. It just wasn't going to happen.
Definitely not, but he could have ran it. I bet he could have broke a lot of tackles there.
Oh, here we go. A 2nd and goal. Going to throw it again, and again has to throw it away. Some late pressure there. And Tennessee's defense bending, trying not to break, looking for another goal line stand here tonight.
Are they going to pull a Pete Carroll and not run the ball?
As a Patriots fan, I would hate to see that. And Barnes, he's going to keep it around the outside. Nobody on the outside for Tennessee. And West Virginia has another rushing touchdown. It is 47-20, pending the extra point.
Well, it looks like the Mountaineers are going to get their first win in history.
Well, it took them long enough. And I tell you what, this Tennessee club is got a lot of talent, and West Virginia is fortunate that they played as well as they had at times tonight. Tennessee looked really good early on. West Virginia finally just kind of wore them down. And we'll see, though, Tennessee's going to continue to throw the football and put up some yards. I would be surprised to not see them put up some more points here tonight with about a 4.5 or so to go. 4:43 as Lance Evans with a nice return.
Yeah, this has been a fun game to watch. Philbin has been tearing it up on the field, and then Barnes, whenever he needs to, he runs, and it's effective. You got a good squad here.
Well, I definitely appreciate that, and definitely trying to rebuild from last season. And Creel, his 2nd catch coming in, the freshman trying to make his name known as Lee Potter, 28 of 36, and Cameron Jones, 5 tackles for the freshman Mountaineer cornerback.
I see here in chat, Travel Set is now tied for the single game record in tackles for Tennessee.
And he's had an impressive night, 17 tackles on the night. And, I mean, he's been everywhere. So a great job from Travelstead. Unfortunately, a lot of his tackles have been deep downfield as Philbin or these receivers have been breaking free. And now here we go. Going to throw it again as Potter underneath, complete. Still fighting for yards. It's Creel again. Give him 5 more. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
He said, "Get off me. I want to have some yards."
And he went and got himself 5. And there you see the run-pass breakdown for Tennessee. A little bit more balanced than you might think. And here, trying to set up a screenplay, going nowhere. And that's Emma Lee, her first sack in a Mountaineer uniform, the freshman defensive end, making a big play here in the 4th quarter.
That was congratulations on that sack. That's hopefully that's one for one of many to come.
We certainly hope so here in Morgantown as well. And the defensive line has played great. That was Jayshawn Derulo trying to get some late pressure. Doesn't get there, but guess what? The rest of the defensive line making a play on the screenplay. Joe King was over there. Amari Stevens is going to get the tackle, but both the defensive tackles on that play shut that screen down.
That was back-to-back screenplays. It's usually that doesn't work.
Well, that's just kind of a sign of where this game has gone. Just trying to make the safe throws, maybe get out of here or start working towards next week for Tennessee. This defense is going to have a little bit of work to do as well. And here you see some of the stats, some of the plays West Virginia's made through the air, and they've also run the ball extremely well tonight.
Look, burnt toast.
Well, I'm seeing Jacob Cobb over there in chat saying no 90-point games this year. I certainly hope so, unless we're the ones putting up 90. That would be nice, a nice little turnaround for us this season. And now we'll see as West Virginia going into clock-killing mode, right back up the middle with Jerry Philbin. Give him 7 more, and Philbin just running right through right now the Tennessee defense.
Yeah, our defense is got a lot of work to do. But I mean, it's still a good core group of guys. It's just gotta hit the gym and hope better for next week.
Now Philbin another carry, and I'm sure Tennessee will be ready come next week as they get their first home game of season 14 next week. And Philbin again up the middle, another 7 yards, and he's closing in on getting close to 170.
And that's Travel said 2 tackles ago broke the record for most tackles in a single game. So congratulations to him.
Congratulations to Travel said, as you said, CJ, and he's had a great game. He's had to drag down Jerry Philbin a lot tonight. Philbin 15 more yards, a minute to go. 178 is his total right now, 28 carries. We'll see if West Virginia goes back to him or if they take a couple of knees here.
And that tackle was by, I believe, Bartlett, and that's a defensive end 15 yards deep. He's got some speed on him there.
And right back up the middle, Philbin. This time he's going to lose a yard. You can't win them all. JT Carter comes up, makes a big stop in the backfield that time. And that's going to do it for us here in Morgantown. A big win here, 48-20 for West Virginia. CJ, what are your final thoughts on this one?
I mean, Philbin, man, he carried this team, and then whenever he got tired, they decided to throw the ball, and it worked out for him. It was a great game all around.
A fantastic game, and both teams played their hearts out. And so with that, I'd like to thank our executive producer, Mike Peters, and my broadcast partner, CJ Furman, for tonight's action. And on behalf of our entire broadcast crew, I'm Nate Murphy, and you've been watching the CFSL on PX1 Sports here on YouTube. So that'll do it for week 1 here in season 14, but make sure you come back on Monday night for the Inside the Blitz podcast at 6 p.m. Central on Twitch. Good night, everybody.